I think I don't know if it's like this in photography because I'm not super into the world of photography. I don't know a lot about the freelancers there.
Mm-hmm.
Is there kind of like a hush hush culture about people's rates and what they typically charge for stuff like that? Like what is that?
Yeah.
What is that? Why?
It's so corny. I don't understand it. I think if there was more conversation about it, we would all get paid more.
Mm.
I realized it when I did a music festival a couple years ago, and I was doing it. I was shooting for Instagram, right?
Yeah.
So they paid me pretty decently,
Mm-hmm.
and I was talking to this girl that was working with me, and I was like, let me ask her if they paid her the same. Not because I, thought that they had paid
Lesser.
had paid one of us. Well, I thought that there was a possibility that they could have maybe told us different prices
Yeah,
or
or
told us
valued your
different
work.
rates because she was a little bit more experienced than me.
Okay.
So I was
More
like,
tenure,
let
I
me
guess.
just out of curiosity ask her how much she got paid to do
Yeah.
this. And she got completely offended. And she's like, I'm not talking about that.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, but why not? You know what I mean? Like I'm not we don't maybe if the employer was like, oh, like we don't disclose, but like amongst us as creatives or as freelancers, like let's talk to each other about it.
Yeah.
Let's say how's work going for you, or how much did you charge for this so I can know how much to charge for it next time. I think why people do it, I think it's because they might be because no one talks about it, no one wants to talk about it. It's like a cycle because no one wants to be the person that's making less than somebody else, or nobody wants to admit that they're struggling to find work. And I think it's mostly just out of pride.
It's so interesting.
Yeah. And I think in the last few months, like of 2023, a lot of people have been struggling to find work. And it's only now that I'm hearing people finally open up about it. Like the first 3 months of 2023 were super difficult for me to find work. And like, I had to like take out a loan, or I had to like move back in with my parents.
Yeah.
But in the moment of those 3 months, nobody was talking about it.
Yeah.
But now that it's over, everybody's like, oh yeah, like I can talk about it now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I when it comes to like rates or like experiences with different brands or companies, or I appreciate when people are transparent, but I don't
Helps a lot.
expect it. I don't expect it because people just don't talk about it.
Yeah. It helps so much, especially like, and there are definitely people on like YouTube and stuff that talk a lot about freelancing work and how to value work and where to put it at and stuff. But it really, you have to hear it from people who are doing the same thing. And I think that, in the place that it's in when it comes to freelance work and it not being like a unionized thing, and there are companies that can take advantage of that situation. And where like they of course they'll find some young talent that's like really, really good and pay them dirt because the talent doesn't know how much they're actually worth.
There's
And
been
then like
times I've
everybody's
seen
gonna tell
like
you like
contracts on the table. Like people will tell me like, oh, this was our budget.
Yeah.
But then I'll see the contract they left on the table and that was not the budget. They were lying.
Yeah.
So people they will take advantage where they can.
Yeah.
And the more naive that you are, they notice that you are, they're just gonna do it even more.